Hope you are all having a good day. It is Monday, start of a new week. Same day it was this morning when I was also stuck on what day of the week it was. You would think that, I'd remember such things. However, I don't always. So we're doing our little ritual, our little live stream ritual, which is bringing up the desktop. As I mentioned before I do that, before I hit that go live button, just a little simple focus on the breath. I do that full yogic breath, the 3-part breath, where you breathe in, expanding the belly, letting the rib cage expand from the sides, then you breathe all the way up into the clavicles, and then you release the breath. Nasal breathing, clavicles, rib cage, belly. 3 times. They say, I say a little prayer before I hit that live button. May I be on point, whatever the point might be. Meaning that as much as possible, I want to extend love. I want this to be a place of kindness. In order for it to be a place of kindness, I need to extend kindness. It doesn't come from anywhere else. I don't rely upon kindness from other people. We can't, because we can only rely on whatever it is that's within us. And since most of the time, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, 99% of the time, actually, almost 100% of the time, we are actually projecting. We are projecting the mess in which we live in. Do we need proof? Look around the world. Do you like what you see? Sometimes. Might be an occasional good football game on. There might be, I don't know, a good half-hour TV show. There might be all kinds of stuff. But that's not reality. If you turn off the football game, if you put on the news, we're bombarded with how insane, and the only way we can truly look at it is insanity. You can't say that there is any sanity in allowing children to go hungry when every political candidate is virtually putting a fortune in getting elected. Again, I'm not saying what's right, what's wrong, but in a sane world, children's hunger would come first. Ending warfare would come first. So where does that come from? Do we say that, the world's just inherently insane? It isn't. The very beginning of A Course in Miracles starts with nothing I see in this room or in this house or on the street, wherever, has any meaning. It strips us away of any such notion completely. And it spends the next several give me a second. It spends the next several lessons stripping stuff away. The reason none of it does have any meaning until we assign it meaning ourselves and look at the meaning that we're assigning things. That warfare is more important than ending starvation for children. That's a priority. We could say, well, it isn't. What are we doing to change it? And it seems overwhelming, doesn't it? What can I do? What can just me? What can I do? You can do it all, but not by carrying a sign, not by picketing, not by demonstrating. Well, maybe demonstrating, but here's what you need to demonstrate. You need to demonstrate the alternative to the world that you see. You see a world of violence. You see a world of unkindness. You see a world of skewed perspectives, fix it by going within, changing how you view the world. It is that easy. And then you teach by demonstration. You teach by being who you actually, authentically, already are. But who you are, your authentic self, is lost within your projections. So that puts out a world in which we collectively perceive insanity. So I'm often heard, that sounds nice, but it's not practical. Do you think this is practical? The way we actually live? Because it's limited. We don't have endless resources this way to spend in this way. We don't have unlimited human resources. How many lives can we waste in a war? Waste, truly waste. Let's see. Nadim says, I was trying to do a second marriage, but my wife was not agreeing. Did you explain patiently? That was funny, my friend. So let's see. Give me a second, guys. What I want to do is bring up our friend, Love Our Toy Pups, as she is doing a live stream right now. As is Thomas Two-Cap Fahey. Thomas Two-Cap Fahey. He's doing assisted pull-ups. But first, James Gipe is doing his live stream. If you guys are interested in growing your channel, hey, Anna Greek. Anna Greek says, hey, Eric. Hello, my friend. Nadim says, your smile is precious. Keep smiling. Just want to make you smile. You certainly did, my friend. You really made me smile, and I appreciate that. As well as that message that you just put out there. Thank you for that. James Gipe. Wonderful channel for connecting with people, making friends, growing your channel. If you make friends, you grow your channel. Think of friends, not subscribers. I have gained subscribers, and it did absolutely nothing for my channel. It didn't do nothing. It got numbers, helped me get monetized, right? But what really helped? Making friends, because friends are there. Friends are there for you. It's in the song. It's in the sitcom. It's on, man, you can't turn any basic cable station on without finding endless replays of Friends. Anyway, it was making friends on James Gipe. It was making friends on Mayhem and Miracles when everything changed. That's when my channel started taking off. Not that I'm a big channel or a huge channel or even expect to be. I think I talk about too many weird things. As well, I don't do anything really exciting. You know what I mean? Don't wear funny hats. I don't sing. I don't dance. It's just this. Generally, my live streams, I'm looking in the camera. I see you, you see me, and we talk. So, all this was because I started talking about what to do before I do a live stream, which is I do my breath work, 3 breaths, sometimes just 1, depending on, if I'm rushing to get here. I say a little prayer of surrender, that I don't want to just talk about senseless stuff. I want to talk about the things that have meaning. Sometimes things that have meaning seems to be senseless stuff, because as our friend Nadim said, making me smile. What a gift. So, man, if I can have a conversation with you guys and return that favor, make you smile, then it is a live stream that's been well worth it the entire time. And then, once I hit that live button, I bring up my desktop so I can see it better instead of just looking at my phone, as well as we look around YouTube to see if we can help out some friends. Our friend Lover Toy Pups is live. So I'm going to bring her up. I'm going to say hi, and I'm going to share her out. Before I do any of that, I hit the thumbs up. It's important to remember that. We are attempting to please the algorithms. Anna Greek says, I decided tomorrow I start the fast. Temperature is now low, and I will not have a problem with dizziness. How long is the fast going to be? So we're sharing out Love Our Toy Pups. Eric Lapointe, I believe, is still alive. I was hanging out with him earlier this morning. So we're doing some work for some friends as we chat. Little things. It makes a difference. Our friend Love Our Toy Pups is really close to getting monetized. So even though I'm doing a live stream now, and I won't really have an opportunity to listen in much for her, I'm able to be there. I'm able to, give me a second, guys, keep her up and running, get some watch hours, support her. And you know what? At odd times, we will.
My channel speaks for itself. Like shorts and my
turn on the.
My lives have nothing to do with my shorts and my.
Turn things on and we'll listen. Let's see. 70 days. Wow. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to following along. Hey, Anna Greek, I know you don't really do content. Have you considered doing some content for your fasting? Because it may help a lot of people. You know, our friend William Hart had a lot of questions about an extended fast. A lot of people do. So that would help a lot of people. Yep, Eric Lapointe is still live streaming. He might have just ended. Either that or the camera froze. His camera froze. Yep, I think he is done. Awesome. Eric Lapointe on a tractor. You can't beat that, guys. All right, let's get back to the conversation. What do you guys want to talk about? So what will be the, what's the 70 days? Man, that's a long time. But hey, sending lots of strength and energy to you. What do you hope to be the outcome of a 70-day fast? Slim body. Well, you can't beat that. So have you thought about maybe, before and after? This will be day one. Tomorrow will be day one. And then it doesn't have to be every day, maybe, although it could be if you wanted it to be. Again, I know no pressure. I know that you're not really doing content, but it is an opportunity maybe to help some people. I have full faith that you have all the information that you needed. I know you are experienced at fasting, but this will be your longest, right? 70 days.
So how do you do all these things? I can help you. Members only. Members only. We have 44 members now, so it's a thing.
Just give me a second.
It's a
I'm just diving
thing.
in.
No more free information. No. No more.
Anna Greek says, yes, 14 was the longest. It's 2 weeks. Yeah, this would be huge. Now, how do you feel at day 14? Were you eager to break the fast, or do you think if you had wanted to, you could have gone longer? Wetback says, I can't actually do the IE. That's the best that I can do. I tried. Wetback says, my favorite YouTuber is back. Thank you. Boy, that's an awesome compliment. And the Greek says, I felt perfect, a lot of energy. And that's a good sign. It means you did everything right. Man, I'm really looking forward to following along. Anna Greek says, when I eat, energy decreases. Gotcha. There's a controversy um, in some of the yoga communities of can someone actually be a breatharian? There were stories of yogis who are so attuned to the pranic life force that they can live on pranic energy, breatharian, just getting all the nutrients they need just from the breath. Whitbeck says, bro, you are the chillest, wisest guy I've seen on this. Well, thank you. I don't know about the wisest. I do my best. What I try to do, get out of my own way. Um, I don't really want to give advice, because who am I to give advice? What I try to do um, is share my own personal journey with people, and if they can find that helpful, that's awesome. I've been in some bad positions, and I have been able to navigate more like guided. It's more like guided out of it. I could not have quit drinking on my own. Maybe I could have. I never tried. Never even wanted to. Wasn't even on the agenda. Quit drinking. It's Tuesday. Quit drinking. Check it off my list. As out of control as my life was getting, no no attempt to quit. But I was given an opportunity within a crisis, and I saw a clear path that if I didn't want to drink, I just didn't have to, and it was going to be that easy. I didn't know at the time it was going to be that easy. I just knew if I took that step, my life was going to be different. Webpack says, like, no one can phase you, which is why there are no trolls here. And to have people who engage with you, you give great advice. We do get occasional trolls. They don't really last too long. We actually had one yesterday and the day before, but they weren't saying anything to me. It was a moderator who hasn't been here for a long time, came in, wasn't saying anything, but was timing people out and getting rid of their messages. And a Greek says, Eric, I will go to sleep after the stream. I will be sleeping early and wake up early too. I'm excited for you, Anna Greek. For those who might be popping in, our friend Anna Greek is going to start an extended fast. He said maybe 70 days. That's what's in mind. As long as it's 14 days. Let's see. Wetback says, I feel like God is speaking to me through you. Honestly, brother, I'm not even exaggerating. I can understand that, because God speaks to all of us through everyone, but we're not always We're not always in that position to listen to what other people teach us. And sometimes the message seems hurtful, so we don't listen. However, that hurtful message could be the one thing that we need to change our life around. John says, I think it was Sun Tzu, he said, um, to at least be classy if you're going to be drunk. I'm not advocating to then start drinking. Hey, John, how are you? It sounds like something W.C. Fields would say, or maybe even Groucho Marx. Yep, Anna Greek. John's been around. John is definitely a friend. Buckback says, good luck, Anna Greek. John says, I hope I am. You are, definitely. I check in every once in a while. Northern Starseed, my friend. Hey, Yogi. Hi to everyone. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. Anna Greek says, hi to Tera. Buckback says, seriously, every time I come on here, it's like you're speaking about something I needed to hear. Synchronicities. Those meaningful connections and coincidences. Webback, that actually says a lot about you. That you're open and you're listening. Guided. I mentioned before, when I do a live stream, I take just a moment before I click that go live. I do some breathing, 3-part yogic breathing. I get quiet and I ask, can I speak what's needed to be spoken? Not my words. Can I surrender my own agenda for the agenda of love, the agenda of the Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit isn't in the same connotation as the Christian conception of the Holy Spirit. In this case, it is the intermediary between God and us. It's our original voice. It speaks from our highest and truest self, our connection with God. So, Course in Miracles says that every moment we have the voice of the Holy Spirit, which is always right, but it's quiet. It never demands. It never pushes an agenda other than be open, honest, and loving. Accept everything. And then we have the voice of the ego, which is always wrong because it's always making demands. It is always saying, this is for me, this is for me, this is for me, or this isn't for me, and it's pushing things away. In yoga, 2 of the 5 afflictions of the mind, the kleshas, that we live our life through all the things that we are attached to. And of course, we're attached to being right. We're attached to having things exactly our way. And all the things that we are adverse to, which of course we're adverse to being wrong. We're adverse to someone else being right at our expense. We are adverse to long lines, traffic, annoying music, a whole list. And we live our life going pinging back and forth. Well, how are you doing? Folks, I just got my 1.6 sub mark the other day. Congratulations. Well deserved. So, hey, let's skip that 1.7. Let's go for 2.0. Let's skip over all the numbers in between. 2.0. Are you guys subscribed to Weldon Carey? Let's see. Northern Starseed says, hi to Anna Greek. Well, says, hope you're well, Eric. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. Northern Starseed says, yes, you've been drawn here to here. I love that. So I like hearing that too, because again, it makes me think, can I put aside my own agenda? Can I not listen to that voice of ego just for an hour? I generally try to do an hour live stream, sometimes more, if we're all clicking and we're having fun and laughing. Um, but for that period of time, can I put my own agenda aside, that agenda of the ego, which is look at me, notice me, me? George Harrison on Let It Be wrote a song, I, Me, Mine, which was his song to the ego. All through the day, all through the night, I, me, mine, I, me, mine, I, me, mine. Let's see. Bill says, hey to Tara. Says hi back and just subbed. Nice. 2.5, 2.4, 2.K. Sorry. Here I come. Absolutely. Man, Weldon Carey is banging it in the live streams. It's impressive to watch. He was did a panel last day. I forget which day. Was it Friday? Maybe Thursday? And they were talking what to put in your survival bag. It's just a really good talk. Valuable information. Let's see. Northern Starseed says, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I'll visit yours in a while. Well, says I appreciate that. John is off to the gym. Eric and everyone, I hope you all have an awesome day today. Thank you, John. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Northern says, it's lovely that people feel that connection to you, Yogi. I keep in mind that it is not me, that it's the positive message. If you can stay on point, you know what I mean? If I came here and I tried to be entertaining, if I tried to, me as in the ego, I tried to be funny or engaging or political, or you know what I mean, some type of theme or topic to catch people's attention, I honestly believe I would fail miserably. But if I can come here and stay on message, and the message, you know, Hafiz, the Sufi poet, uh, wonderful book of poetry. The subject today is love. And that's the subject every day. Whatever expression it takes. Sometimes the expression of love takes, we're all laughing and having a good time, but it's all on a positive note. Sometimes it takes it on a more serious topic. We never know. So what I like about live streams is likening them to an art form. It's, abstract expressionism. We just don't know where it's going to go, what direction it's going to take. Dottie, how are you, my friend? Dottie says hello all. Been in my prayers. We've been in my prayers. Let's see. I'm going to bring up our friend Northern Starseed. Because speaking of positive messages, you know, I really do love tarot cards. The way that you can be guided by that energy can be channeled, and you can get that intuitive sense of where to go. Dottie says, thanks, Eric. You're welcome, my friend. Dottie has popped in for a little while. I'm glad you're here. Nightmare says, hey, Eric. Hey, Nightmare, how are you? How was your weekend? So, Nightmare, you can help me think of the next poll. What is it going to be? Daddy says it's nice to be here. You are like extended family. I'm glad to hear that. Because family, extended, definitely needed right now. That sense of having someone with you. I know when I was in a similar situation, Dottie, I was in the same situation, that it was that sense of being surrounded by love that made all the difference in the world for me. Most importantly, it was that sense of being surrounded by my father's love. That the form had changed, that it was almost like I was told my role as his caregiver was over. Because I remember asking myself now, what do I do? The last well over a decade with my father, I was a caregiver for my mom in her last stages of Alzheimer's. And then I was a caregiver for my father towards the end of his life, his critical caregiver. What do you do when you not just lose the person that you care for, but you lose that identity? And I definitely felt lost. I lost the person I cared most about. I lost my identity of what I'm supposed to be doing, what I thought I was supposed to be doing. And the answer was, well, if you're a caregiver, and again, I just intuitively, it was like my dad saying, if you're a caregiver, keep caring. That's not over. Now you have whomever, whomever shows up in your life, you care for them. Sorry, I guess my eyes are actually watering. Just thinking about my dad. Um, Donnie says, I'm still with my mother and two of my three sisters going through a grieving process. I'm glad that you have your family with you, your mother and your siblings. I had my brother and sister, as well as Mocha and my stepdaughter. Mocha, for those who know, Mocha's my wife slash ex-wife slash significant other, um, person that I love, significant other. Um, my dad was like a father to her. She absolutely, her and my stepdaughter, they absolutely loved my father. So, Dottie, it put that out there that, again, when I think of Rumi, the Sufi poet, in his wonderful poem Love Dogs, when he talks about grief, that it's the grief that we cry out from that is the message. It draws us towards union. That, you know, a lot of times in the Western world, we think of grief negatively. How long is the grieving process going to happen? How long am I going to feel this way? But the thing is, it's that grief um, that is the energy of love being shifted, being changed. So now the love of form, which your father resided, is becoming the love of who your father is now, which is all encompassing and resides always in your heart, can never ever go anywhere. Before, your father was limited to form. Now your father is formless and he's with you forever, all the time, unable to be separated. But we're in process. Perfectly okay to miss the form as we open up. It reminds me of Leonard Cohen in his wonderful song Anthems. Everything has a crack in it because that's how the light gets in. The heart is meant to be broken so it recognizes its own true spaciousness. Because now you can hold things not in their finite form, but in their infinite reality. Not only that, you are held in that infinite reality. Your Father is embracing you this very moment. Hey, Austin. How are you, my friend? How's your weekend? Austin says, hi to Yogi. That's me. Although rightly so. I think of everyone here as being a yogi. Yoga itself means union, bringing together that which is already together. By rights, it should imply recognizing that everything is already one, seamless, whole. And a yogi is just someone who is looking for that seamlessness, looking to recognize it within their own mind. Austin says hi to Dottie, and it says the weekend was good. Thanks for asking. Dottie says we have had 2 signs for my dad, which I'd find comfort with. He still would be with us in spirit, but not in body. Absolutely. Hey, Ginger. Ginger says, I need positive vibes. It has been a crappy day today. Hey, sorry, Ginger. Well, we are here for you. Anything you want to talk about? You just want to let it roll off. Austin says, hi to Nightmare and hi to everyone. Hi to Ginger. Bushka, how are you? It's nice to see you, my friend. Appreciate you all joining in. So, on a couple notes, we can just extend some love to Dottie right now. Just love. Nothing, no big ritual. Just, if you think about it, send Dottie some love. As well, our friend Bumblebee T is having a bit of a rough time, and it's going to be a difficult week for her. So, sending out love and prayers and energy. And hey, our friend Ginger, not having a good day. So, just send him some good vibes. Send him some love. Bushka says, good to be here. Thanks. You're welcome. How's your day been? Going to do a quick tour on YouTube to see if any more of our friends are doing some live streaming. Not a live stream, but our friend Food from Afar just did 38 minutes ago. It's about a little over 20 minutes. Chicken and rice casserole inspired by Kay's cooking. Sometimes you do a favor for friends and you say, hey, I'll give you some watch hours. And you don't expect to be drawn in. Food from Afar, Martine, her recipes, even the non-vegan recipes, really draw me in. She is just very good at what she does. And Lover Toy Pups, I think is still alive. She is. Let's see. Evan says, have you caught a crayfish before? I have. When I was a kid, we used to catch them at a creek. This is a house I grew up in. We have a creek out back. It's not the same creek when I was young. When I was young, it was a wild creek. Salamanders, crayfish, minnows. It was a little wilderness of shrubs and trees, uh, wild berries. We'd find snakes, all kinds of stuff. And we would catch crayfish to sell to a um, sporting goods store, make a little bit of money for fishing bait, and then they would pay us for however many. I admit I feel bad for that now as a vegan, but as a kid, roaming the creek, roaming the creeks, catching crayfish, um, doing kid stuff, man, perfect. How about you? Buddy, wait, Beast Fitness says, hey everyone, hello my friend, how are you? Hey, how you feeling? I overheard you the other day saying that you were slightly under the weather. Pushka says my days could be better, but I don't focus on the past. Just happy to be alive. I agree with that. One of the lines I always come back to from A Course in Miracles is the one holy true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. It's the only 100% true thing that we can say about the past is that it's not here. Junior says, my son just being dumb, letting a easy girl run his life, and letting his friends influence him. He was a great kid. He's still a great kid. The reason I know, of course, I've never met your son, never chatted. The reason I know he's still a great kid, because you are a great father. You've come here before talking about your kids, um, and how much you care about them, how much you love them. So you're a great father. Have faith that everything that he taught him um, is there within him. You've planted the seeds. It's going to be a little bit of, rebellion as he finds his own way. He's going to stumble. But man, you've done your job. You have done your job. You've not finished your job, of course, but the early part of your job. Sometimes the best we can do is support a little bit from a distance, but be ready to catch when they fall. Let them fall, but not too much. How old is your son? Let's see. Body weight says a lot better today. Thanks for asking. Almost 100% now. Nice. Glad to hear that. I know you worked through it though. You don't get to be a body weight beast without putting in the work, that's for sure. Ginger says, we talk ego a lot. Well, he has it with no money to back it up. So he's a teenager, right? 19. Yep. That is when the ego starts hitting its peak. However, it seems to peak for a really long time. And for some people, it never, ever diminishes. Now, ego in this case shouldn't be confused with self-worth. When you truly know yourself, it's beyond ego. And that is worth the universe because your true self is nothing less than the universe itself. But the ego in this sense is that the false concept of who we think we are that we allow to lead us, to navigate us through life. And again, the ego is always wrong. No exception. And I have argued that in the past, meaning when I first came across that, I argued against it. How can that be? How can the ego always be wrong? Because the ego doesn't truly exist. It's a collection of thoughts. It's an energetic thought system that we have given an identity. The voices in your head, that's not who you are. All those thoughts, that narration, that's not who you are. But it's gained some substance. It has gained belief that that's who we are. And we're led by that narration. Who we are is the awareness of the navigation. We are the awareness of the thoughts itself. Well, it says, I'm sorry, I have to head out. I got a new knife. Stay safe. Well, thanks for hanging out. Are you going to show off your new knife on a live stream? Tandra says, hi there, Yogi. Hey, Tandra, how are you? Nice to see you, my friend. Ginger says he thinks everyone has to depend on him, but we don't. At 19, man. Ginger, how were you at 19? At 19, I was arrogant and no reason to be. Absolutely no one ever has a reason to be arrogant. But me at 19, less reason than most. Arrogant, self-absorbed. If you would have asked me, I would have said no. I would have said at that time, at 19, I was reading books on Zen. I was loosely practicing meditation the best that I was able to. I would have said no. I'm a very spiritual person, but I would have been extremely arrogant in my spirituality. Look how spiritual I am. Look how much more spiritual I am than you. I'm the most spiritual 19-year-old in the history of all 19-year-olds. Arrogant. And full of my opinions. And you didn't even have to ask me. I'd be more than happy, more than willing to not just give you my opinion, but to pound it and pound it and pound it. Bodyweight says, Weldon Carey, that sounds ominous. Ginger says he follows and tries to take the lead. An asshole, but he had a kid at 16. Oh, yep. I remember you saying that you had kids at 16. Man, how tough that must have been for you. To, like you said, an asshole, but you had kids at 16. So you couldn't afford to be the teenager that your son is. You had too much going on. Let's see. Wetback says, what seems more interesting to you, science or mythology? It's a great question. I'm going to go with science. Especially when you view, my father was a science teacher. Especially when you view science as just a story, not an actuality. It's a description of what we know so far. So when you see how the wonderful things that science can do, but you also know that that's not the thing itself, it is just a story. We talk about molecules and cells. There's no such thing as a molecule or a cell. That is just a description of a thing that we know exists. And some of the things that we know it does, but we don't know everything. We were talking arrogance with Ginger up above. And scientists can get very arrogant in how little they know, but insisting it is the whole picture. And then, of course, we keep finding out more and more, and we realize how ridiculous it was to be that arrogant. And that is actually a great metaphor for Ginger, for his son. Your son at 30 will look back on how much he thought he knew at 19 and realize how little did he know and how wise you actually are, Ginger. Tandra says, good, running a bit late. I do like mythology, though. Wetback. Ginger said, I had kids at 16. Yeah, and you stepped up. You stepped up for your kids. I don't know how many 16-year-olds would have done that, did what you did, and are in a position where you're in, that you've, you know, happily married, taking care of your kids. Bodyweight says, Wetback, I like both, but I've studied and researched more mythology. Yeah, mythology is fascinating. I like to think that even science is a myth. Doesn't mean that we don't get to enjoy the things of science, but again, we're telling a story of things that don't really exist. A particle, again, a particle isn't a particle. We gave it a name. I'm not saying it isn't a thing, but not the way we think of it. We can't think, the finite mind can't think infinitely. That, as Einstein said, that the mind that perceives a problem will never be able to fix the problem. It's actually the same thing that is said in A Course in Miracles, that we won't be able to escape. The mind of perception can't escape perception. We need a shift of a mindset. And just that little shift, everything opens up. It's what William Blake. Let's read that. Let me get caught up in the chat and then I'll read William Blake. Junior says, I've worked 22-hour shifts and still went out and partied when I could. So I had kids at 16. Yeah, I had days like that too. Anna Greek says, science examines the matter while mythology examines the archetype ideas. Man, I love that. That was awesome, Anna Greek. You're putting mythology right in the realm of psychology. Whitbeck says, sleep deprivation is rough. I don't recommend it at all. Yeah. I have suffered that as well. Extended, about a little over 2-year period of anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, while still trying to train for ultra running and being a caregiver for my father. Ginger says, parties like drinking, not drugs. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought. Whitback says, Anna Greek, I agree. Bodyweight says, mythology is more allegories and metaphors than factual stories, but it still was not created from thin air. I like that too. Ginger says, I have anxiety and ADHD naturally. We don't sleep, so it sucks. Anxiety, every problem is a problem, but I'm learning small problems and big problems. Hey, Ginger, if you ever want to do some breath work, I'm happy to help you. You can reach out on, send me an email. I don't know if I asked you if you're on Facebook or not. And I always mention to people, I'm a meditation teacher, breathwork coach. Professionally, I teach my friends and family for free and give them the family discount. If you're here, if you're hanging out, you are both friend and family. I will teach you absolutely for free. Hey, lover toy pups, how are you? I've been dipping in and out of your last live stream. How are you? Hey, Erica Point. I enjoyed your track to live stream. You know what? I wasn't joking when I said that track to live stream is my favorite day of the week. Track today is my favorite day of the week. Toy Pups is saying hi to everyone. Bodyweight gives Eric a point of salute. Who gets a salute back? Ginger says, I do stay away from all that because of that. Gotcha. Tandra says hi to Toy Pups and to Eric. And she says, I saw you. How are you? I'm good. Having a good day. I was my second walk of the day, and I saw 2 blue herons. There's a possibility. What do you guys know about black herons? Possibility that what I saw was a black heron and not a blue heron, or it could have been so blue that it had the appearance of black. As well, I got some great clips of red-bellied woodpecker, big, like that big, doing what woodpeckers do, which is pecking wood. Eric Point says, hey, love. I assume he's not talking to me. I mean, we're close. We're friends. But, you know. And, oh, okay. Now he says, thanks, Jody. So he wasn't talking to me. Toy Pup says, oh my God, guys, I want to say a big thank you. 3413. So close. We are so close. And what did I say? That we're going to get it? Today is the 21st. We have 10 more days. I think we can do it. Let's see. Toy Pup says, absolutely love you guys so much, Pookies. I would not read the word Pookie out loud for just anyone. I think maybe 2 or 3 people that I would actually read that out loud for. I would probably do it, you know, for our friend Flower, maybe for our friend Ash. I would do it most certainly for Toy Pups. And I would do it for Eric Lapointe. Bodyweight says, you should load the videos up. We got a OMG. I'm so excited. You should be. It's well deserved. The other goal, 100,000 subscribers on her page. She's shooting. She already has an amazing, what is it, 35,000? Tandra is laughing. Oh, you know what? I don't want to leave Tandra out. I would say Pookie for Tandra as well. Northern Star Seed is laughing. We got some hearts for Tandra from Toy Pups. So before I lose track, this is for Wetback. William Blake. One of my favorite all-time quotes, across the board. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. For man has closed himself up till he sees all things through narrow. Sorry, guys. For man has closed himself up, for till he sees all things through narrow, he thinks of his caravan. It's really the first part, though. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to be as man is, infinite. So I forget why we were talking about that. I apologize, but I did say I was going to read it. So we could say the whole entirety of yoga is cleansing the door of perception. The entirety of meditation, the entirety of breath work, the entirety of forgiveness is cleansing the perception that we are small, finite, individual selves instead of the infinite itself. Tandra is laughing and says, thanks, Yogi. Absolutely. Bodyweight says, wow, I just hit 107 this morning. I can't imagine hitting 30K. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. But you know what, Bodyweight? Your numbers will come quickly. You can ask Larry, you can ask Eric Lapointe about that. It wasn't that long ago where he was trying to get to 50 so he could do a live stream. And by not that long ago, I'm talking about before June. He was hoping to get to 50. Toy Pup says, don't be embarrassed, guys. Pookies are super cutesy, and you're all on my Pookies. There was a time when I believed myself too tough to consider myself anyone's Pookies. Those days are over. Toy Pup says, I'm a god bodyweight. Congratulations. You'll get there. I agree. You absolutely will. Tandra says, I feel proud to be a Pookie then, Toy Pups. Toy Pups says, thank you. Tandra says, Toy Pups, well done with your channel. You're doing a great job. She is doing a great job. You know what? I talk about her live streams all the time, but I feel like I'm slightly doing a misservice because Toy Pups is an artist of YouTube shorts. And she is always putting up quality YouTube shorts. And they always feature her awesome, awesome, awesome puppies. So, you know, again, I come here and I always say, make sure you visit. Live streams are a great way to get to know someone. It always helps with watch hours. The YouTube shorts, they don't count for watch hours, but they do count views. If you get your, and it only takes a few to go viral, where it really starts to add up. Toy Pup says, guys, we're stuck. We were growing 100 subs a day. Now I don't know. Stuck. Interesting. Tandra says 100 a day. Amazing. How, if you look back, what were you doing different? Or were you doing anything different? What was it that gave you those 100 views, 100 subscribers a day? Toy Pup says, thank you, though. I'll keep grinding. We got a thumbs up, and this is true. Toy Pup says, lots of interactive lives and 20 shorts a day, 4 videos a week. Yep, I do a lot of lives. I do 3 shorts a day. So here's a question. Do you think it's more beneficial to do more shorts? When I looked that up, I got varying views. Some said you don't want to oversaturate the algorithms, but can you oversaturate a algorithm? Aren't they there to be saturated to begin with? And others said that, you know, one doesn't really garner any attention. I don't know. Because I got a big supply of nature shorts that I save up. I got like in my phone, like 450 clips of various things that I catch every day. Hey, A35, how are you? Toy Pup says 100 subs a day, guys. Shorts are your bread and butter. Okay, so I might up my YouTube short game. Maybe I'll just start adding in a couple extra and see how that goes. Airpoint says nice. Bodyweight says I only do a short a day and videos when I can, but 100 subs a day is crazy. So now with 100, you can specialize on live stream, and live stream really does get you a lot of watch hours. Flip Up says Yogi cracks me up. He's so funny. On rare moments, rare moments. 8:35 went fly fishing yesterday. Caught 2 fish. I don't know if they were trout or not. Maybe just my niffing with just a glass beaded carities and pattern and nothing else. Did you take a photo of them? You can ask someone in the fishing community maybe if they were trout. Flip Up says more lives, 20 shorts a day, 3 videos a week. Well, I do my workout video, but that's not really for, I mentioned before, I mention it all the time. There is you guys will find this hard to believe. There's a limited audience for upper middle aged, half naked bald guys doing burpees in their basement. You would think that would be a selling point, that droves of people would be eager for the release of the newest old guy burpee video. But no, not even, not even a little bit, which is okay. I didn't expect it. It was more, personal accountability amongst the community, burpee community. Toy Pup says I'm just being lazy. Well, no, I mean, you worked really hard for a long time. You can think of it as gathering energy. More shorts. I will do more shorts. Bodyweight says, well, I need to get on the ball. How long did it take you to hit the 30K? I'm only 2 months in. Hey, you know what? 100 plus is really good for being 2 months in. Hey, Bob. Bob says, driving and listening. Toy Pup says, lives are great if you're interacting with your viewers. Toy Pup says, Eric, more shorts. Keep your page color eye-catching. Page color. I didn't know I could change my page color. Let's see, Glamrock, Mango, and Gregory from Final. Is that right? Says hi. Hello, my friend. How are you? So you're a Glamrock fan. Took Pup says every day add a short every hour or two and see what's your best time. Gotcha. I will put out a short after this live stream. I usually do one in the morning after my first walk. So 6-ish or so. And then I do one again around lunchtime and then do one before bed. So I'm going to add in another after this live stream. Ginny says, up your short game, put something in the background, random something odd and funny. Odd and funny, man, you basically just described me. You've described my entire life. Odd and funny. That could be the name of my YouTube channel, Just a Yogi. He's odd and funny. Flip Up says, you're showing us the yogi lifestyle. I need to up my game for my members channel, which I have something in mind for that. Our friend Duncan Walsh reminds me of that quite a bit. Let's see. When you figure out your best time, start adding shorts around that time consistently. Gotcha. Thank you for that. And thank you for that, Ginger. A35 says the fish had white silver on the bottom and brown brass on top. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to place that. Maybe from your description, Bob would know. It's lifestyle, not only doing burpees. That's true. Tandra says, Yogi, we love you for being you. Thank you. That was extremely kind. And you know what? I took that straight to heart. I very much appreciate that. In the end, that's the plan. Be authentic. Which is why, I always say my live streams are just basically me talking, me being me. Dark Point says, so I'm having energy a lot lately. So just think, man, when you get that creative urge, what's going to happen? All the energy that you've gained. Toy Pup says, I can't wait for us to chat about your growth. Toy Pup says, Paul, thank you, Tandra. Tandra says, you make me laugh. I'm glad to hear that. Toy Pup says, YouTube is all about selling a product. And I'm a boss at sales. I can tell. Toy Pup says, we need to chat, Eric. Anytime you want, my friend. As I mentioned before, after my father passed away and I wasn't sure what to do, I did not want to go back I didn't want to restart my business. It just seemed too much at the time. I was overwhelmed. As I mentioned at the beginning of the chat, as a caregiver, I lost the person that I cared about, that I was giving care to. And I lost what I thought my role was, caregiver. What do you do? When you lose the person you care about, what does the caregiver do? And that's when I decided, well, I'm going to finish off my certification for meditation and breath work. And I was going to just teach that. And I realized that it seemed kind of limiting. Not everyone you teach meditation to actually meditates. Just because everyone wants a positive effect, but it can be difficult to devote that time because life keeps us busy. Conversely, the more you meditate, the easier life becomes with that busyness, but to take that step is difficult. And then I started doing, I was doing my burpee videos and I thought, I'm just going to do a live stream and I'm going to talk about it. And it occurred to me that when you're, and again, I mentioned this before in this conversation, when your role as a caregiver ends in one capacity, continue being a caregiver, but now you have everyone in the world to care about. It's no longer just focused on that one person. You needed to do that when you needed to do that. But now that part is over. Continue everything that I learned as a caregiver. Put it out there. Continue caring. Do a live stream and everyone that comes in gets nothing but love to the extent that I'm able to do it. Place for kindness. That's it. And as we've been saying the past couple weeks, ridiculousness. If I were to change the name of my channel, it would be the Church of Ridiculousness, because you got to throw in the extra ness. You don't know why, but you do. All right, let me catch up. Bodyway says, I'm trying to make a follow-along workout videos for people to follow along with that don't want to go through the gym, but make a difference. There are a lot of those types of videos. from what I've seen. There might be a lot of those type of videos, but there is only one style and one way that a body weight beast can do it, and that's who you are. No one else is going to be able to do it like you do it. That's 100% fact. So make those videos. Be, as we were talking about, as Tandra reminded me, be authentic. Man, an authentic body weight beast, that's a showstopper. Let's see. Toy Pup says, look at your page, guys. You'll see 9 shorts. What do you mean? Add 2 shorts every 2 hours. It's okay. I can do that. Ginger says, like, wombat or crabs. Exactly. And who would have thought when we started that conversation that actually turtles would emerge victorious from it all? Toy Pup says, make those 9 visuals keep me there. Tandra says, it's good when we can all share things to help each other grow. It is, absolutely. Toy Pup says, odd and funny is awesome. And that's my goal, Tandra. And you do an excellent job. An impressive job, that's for sure. Not only that, you are so supportive with your live stream community. Not just supported, guarded. You guard those people. That is indeed your puppy pack for sure. Glad to be part of it. Bodyweight says, yeah, I need to think of something else to incorporate into my channel other than working out, but won't really fit the channel name. It doesn't need to. You know, you're not just Bodyweight Beast Fitness. You know, you're a full picture. I tell everyone, every single person, you are an artist. Here on YouTube, you're a content creator. Why limit yourself to a specific type of content? Bodyweight Beast Fitness is your brand, but not your entirety. Show everyone how all-encompassing you are, that you can do intense bodyweight routines, and you could do nature shorts, or you could do karaoke, you could do qigong, you could do recovery stuff. You're, man, not even limited, not even a little bit. Toy Pup says a lot of content creators are not open to learning. Hey George, how are you? George says hi. Eric Point says body weight, that's what I do. Also, it works. Yeah, you know what? Eric Point started with his. Eric, did you do a few nature shorts before your burpee, or was it after? I don't remember. But if you look at Eric Lapointe, nature shorts, farm shorts, he did some at a fair, all kinds of stuff. And he gets more and more creative every time, incorporating music, being funny. Now he's doing tractor live streams. I don't know if anyone else on YouTube is doing tractor live streams. So what's new, George? Tanya says, Eric, you have great potential on top of what you already do. Toy Pup says, when you're authentic and genuine, it's the best asset. And Eric is epic. Tanya says, Lavar, yes, he sure is. Bodyweight says, yeah, Eric, but your channel name is not geared towards one subject like mine is. It's your name. I'm trying to get used to being on camera also. That'll all come. Hey, Share Bear. Give me a second. Speaking of connecting and helping each other grow, let's make Share Bear a mod so you guys can connect. If you're not. Hey, Bodyweight. I'm barely doing burpees anymore. And yet, I'm still just Yogi doing burpees in his basement. I was told when I first did that speaking of ridiculous, that was the most ridiculous name ever. That you got to change it. You got to go back. I was just Eric McCarty for a while. But I was always talking about yoga. And I was always, people said, what's your favorite book? And I'd say Autobiography of a Yogi, someone who practices yoga. They started saying yogi. So it became just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. I might need to change it to just a yogi doing kettlebells in his basement. Let's see. Toy Pop says, if you open your YouTube page. Oh, we have a Discord if anyone would like some support. Nice. Eric Point says true. Toy Pop says, Bodyweight, we want to help you. We certainly do. That's for sure. Eric Point says, I get what you're saying. Not to mention, in all honesty, Eric LaPointe is a cool name. You know, if you got it, it's like it's a name for a YouTube channel. It doesn't need anything added to it. Eric LaPointe. I've never done anything on Discord. Our friend Nightwatcher made a Discord for me, and I went on it once. Bodyweight says, I will gladly take all the help I can get. Trying to figure out a way to edit or make an intro form from my phone. I'm still learning everything. Hey, I'm an extremely slow learner when it comes to technology. And yeah, I don't edit anything. Zero. I can promise you, I will never edit anything. Ever. Just don't want to. I think that's what drew me to doing live streams. As I mentioned to Toy Pups early on when we were talking about taking live streams as my art form, that every conversation is an art form. How can you weave things in? How can you weave a loving message in whatever conversation shows up? Whatever anyone presents to you, can you be kind? Can you be loving? Can you tell a story through the entirety of it? And that's the goal. And sometimes it succeeds. Sometimes I fall flat. Sometimes there's just no energy there. Never from any of you guys, always from me. For whatever reason, it's just not happening. The more I try, the less it happens. The more I surrender, the better. So yeah, that's it. Okay, if you open your YouTube page, so that would be, all right, well, I have my YouTube page up on for the live stream right now. as I film from the phone and I read comments on my desktop. So I will look for it as soon as we end the live stream, which is about 10 more minutes, I think. Tanya says, toy pups, I would look at your shorts. Yep, me too. Go to shorts. Let's see. See if I can do something here. Hey, speaking of which, we have Stuart the Fish Whisperer, who is live. We have Hawk, who is live. We have Foxy313 is live, and Daisy May, our good friend Daisy May, is live. So I will be ending the live stream shortly, but I hope to see you guys over. All right, I'm seeing if I can bring my page up. Hey, body weight. Besides working out, what do you like to do? Nine will be visual to you. Visible. So I have it up. You said go to shorts. So body weight, as you can tell, I can't do anything technically either. Let's see. I want to see bright colors, use filters to make the red sparrow pop. I don't know how to do that. Junior says I am random and funny. You are definitely random and funny. Yogi, top of the line. Yes, you are oddly funny. The reason why I'm here. Yeah, man, right off the bat, Ginger, your sense of humor caught my attention. Let's see. Catch the viewer's attention, make me want to scroll your page. Guys, just be unique, be yourselves. Awesome message. Thank you for that. Toy Pup says you're sorry already. We just want to meet you. Again, awesomely positive message. Rhode Island Roger. Hello, my friend. How are you? Rhode Island says, hey, folks. Nice to see you. And Eric says, yes, shorts first. Hey, Signature. Signature says, greetings, my friend. And thumbs up. I appreciate that, Signature. Let's see. Anyone? I want to co-stream someone. Welcome, Shimo, my friend. How are you? I've never done a code live stream. I popped in with Gus and Vinny. I forget who else was there. I think Osiris was there like a year ago or more. I will be doing a live stream on Goga's this Sundays. I will be on his show. It's a big deal for me because I hold Goga in such high esteem as a teacher, as a content creator, as a person and a fellow yogi, and someone who is just putting out such a beautifully positive message into the world. Rick Point says, I like Foxy. He's a good dude. I haven't spent much time there, but I need to. Signature says, hi to body weight. Bodyweight says co-stream seems intriguing. We'll probably try it at some point. Yeah, a lot of people would love to work out with you. Toy Pup says, think color, think bright. Think you would want to keep looking at this page. That makes sense. Bodyweight says, I do art and like to sell stuff online, but mostly just support y'all and work around the house. I'm kind of a boring person. Not at all. So art is another avenue. You can share your artwork. You can share how you do your artwork. You can support other artists. I love talking about art. I love talking to artists. Um, you can do videos. How do you sell stuff online? How to. If you're interested in selling stuff, this is how to do it, guys. We get some heart emojis from Laboratory Pups. Eric Point says, cool. Goga, yeah, he asked me if I would do it. And unfortunately, I leaped at the opportunity. And I say unfortunately because after words, I thought, man, it's one thing to stumble over my words in front of you guys because you know me. Not only do you put up with it, you literally encourage it. No one, I, how lucky am I to be blessed with friends who actually encourage me to misspeak as I go along, without it ever being a, without it ever being a thing, you know? Years ago, I thought about doing a YouTube channel. I was going to read my poetry. I was going to read from my books. And my stepdaughter said, don't. I care about you too much. You will be eaten alive. People will be making all kinds of comments about everything. Every perceived weakness that you think you have, they'll figure it out. And she's, very astute. And she cares a lot about me, which I appreciate. But I'm happy to say that for the most part, she was wrong. YouTube has been very open, very accepting. And I absolutely love the community that I belong in. Eric Point says, go and make it go smooth, effortlessly. Looking forward to Sunday. Goga is here. Just talking about you. That's the thing that gave me comfort. Goga. I saw with Joe Delaney. Joe had talked about how nervous she was before she did it. And you could see some nervousness when she started, and then you could see it break down as she went along. You could see her open up, share her story. She laughed. She had the most important thing, she had a good time because of Goga. Goga allowed that to happen. That's the genius of Goga, is he allows things to happen. He opens things up, sees what's there. Tandra says hi to Goga. Eric Point says Goga. Eric Point and his photo shoot. Mocha was like, you're just going to take a snapshot and it's not going to look the way it should look. And she wanted to set something up. We were going to be outside. She just hasn't been feeling good, so we had to slip it by. So I sent Goga tons of photos for him to pick. There was one me on the bearskin rug with a rose in my mouth. There was one with me. I was wearing the buffalo horns. There was, a couple that were a little risque. But we finally figured it out, which one would work. He liked the one with me and the cowboy hat. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Eric is laughing. Goga is laughing. Sniper says, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond under the same skies. Welcome, my friend. Sniper says, squirrel, hey. Tandra says, hey, squirrel sniper. All right, so in just a minute, I'm going to wrap things up. We're going to go visit. Goga says, I got a joke to kick off the show. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Always good, man. Start things off with a laugh. You can't go wrong. Look at Ginger. We were talking about sense of humor. He came in with a joke, and it became the entire joke of the live stream, and it just kept things going. So again, in just a minute, we'll shut things down. I'm going to go visit. Definitely want to visit Hawk. And of course, Stuart the Fish Whisperer. Oh, and Daisy. Can't forget Daisy. Toy Pup says, we can all slay Pookie. I can help, guys. I want to help. You've been a big help. Toy Pup says, I can help body weight. Sure says, I can't stay too long. Have to work in the background, even though I'd rather not. I can understand that. We are going to we're going to shut things down anyway. All right, let's go ahead and do it now, because there's places to go. We got friends that we can support. So remember, there was Foxy, he's live. Stuart the Fish Whisperer is live. Joe Hawk, he's live. And Daisy is live. And I love all those people. So hopefully I'll see you there. Various ones, if not all of them. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you. Thank you, Squirrel Sniper. Appreciate you being here. Tandra, thank you for hanging out with me, as always. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you this week. Goga, I'm looking forward to Sunday. Thank you for popping in today. And you know what? As Eric Point says, Goga will make it smooth effortlessly. That's what Goga does. This is why he is... I hold him in the highest esteem, not just as a content creator and a live streamer, but as a yogi, as a human being. So, Toy Pups, are you going to do another live tonight? I will keep an eye out for you. Hey, send me an email, or if you want, connect with me on Facebook, and we can communicate on Facebook. Would absolutely love to. Or any other means of communication. Let's see. Goga says, sending you a thumbnail in a bit for approval. I'll be on the lookout for it. Thank you, Goga. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you hanging out. I'll see y'all later.